Hello, guitar players. I just got through finishing up teaching some guitar lessons, and this is something that I went over with some of my students. It's a lot of fun. It's called Travis picking, and I call it Travis picking because it comes from Merle Travis. You can Google him if you want to know who that is because he was the king. But what we're doing is it's a finger style thing, no pick. And so what I'm doing is I call this this little song that I created. It's called the walking bass. So it's Travis in D with a walking bass. Okay, so we're doing Travis. Now let's talk about what Travis is. Now a lot of times I'll teach, here's a D chord. I'll teach Travis and your thumb goes to the root, wherever the root is. And the root would be like if you're playing, if you have a D chord, it'd be the D string, E, A, D. So, and a lot of times when I originally teach Travis, I put my thumb on the root, the D, and I put my second finger down here on the first string or the high E, and I'm pulling those and then bringing my thumb down to the next string. And I call that pattern 1 because you've got to get that into your head first. That little second part was thumb on the third string and first finger on the B string. And then the second part of this Travis goes thumb on the root, D string, second finger, and thumb on the G. So I've got, okay. Now, if you, the simplest version of this right here is just doing it in D. And I'm gonna start with D. I'm gonna add that fourth finger right under my third finger on the first string. It's called a Dsus 4. Back to the D. I'm gonna lift that second finger off and do a D2. And that's a cute little song in itself, and it's not hard to do. So if you're learning Travis for the first time, I would recommend just going. And that's a cute little song. You can play it and impress your girlfriend or your wife, or I mean, it's even like a lullaby kind of a thing. Slow it down and play it for the kids when they're sleeping at night. Anyway, now for those who are a little bit more advanced, we're gonna take this kind of to a new level, and we're gonna do this walking bass line in D. And what you're gonna hear is, what's cool about the guitar, you'll hear the melody or the strings playing off these this bass run right here. So I'm gonna play a open D and then a C on the A string, B, A, G, F sharp, E, A. And that's what you're gonna hear as you play that. Now I could do the pattern 1 and just pull those, but I'm gonna leave the second finger off just for the sake of this, because it's gonna bring out that bass a little bit more true. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit this, just the first finger. Pattern 1 is just gonna be, I'm not putting my second finger on there, I'm just thumb, thumb, first finger. Notice how I've got my thumb kind of out like this, because the thumb has a tendency to want to roll. I see a lot of students that want to bring in like this. And you know, if that works for you for now, I guess it's okay, but you're gonna want to kind of get the thumb out and play on the edge of the thumb. So that's the pattern 1. Then I'm gonna play thumb, second finger, thumb. So that's a 4th string, 1st string, 3rd string. That's the pattern 2. You can work on those individually. Or go. That's pattern 1, pattern 2. You put them together. Now I'm going to demonstrate what it's going to sound like when I put the whole tune together. It's going to go D. Now, I kind of embellished a few little things here and there, but you get the gist of it. Now, let's walk you through the chords real quick. We've got a D. I'm on the 4th string right here on the D. Doing my little Travis. Then I'm going to go up to like a C add 9, which is shaped like that. But I don't need the 4th finger, because when I go to this C, any note that's on this 5th string, which is C, B, A, it's always going to be the middle 4 strings. If I'm on D, I'm on the first 4 strings, but I move to the middle 4 strings of the guitar when I'm on this A string. So I'm going to do the C, And then I'm going to descend on this A string. I'm going to put my first finger behind that third finger, which is going to be on the 5th string, 2nd fret. And then I'm just lifting off the first finger. The only finger I've got on here is the 3rd finger right here, kind of where I was starting out, where my D was, but I'm on the middle 4. Then I'm going to move up to a G chord right here, okay? When this is the root on the 6th string, I'm skipping this 5th string, pretend it doesn't even exist. Now, the next chord I'm going to go to is called a D over F sharp. So I'm going to pull this first finger back down here where a D would be. I don't need to put the 2nd finger on there. I'm going to leave it like that. It's called a D2. And I'm going to bring my thumb over the top. And as soon as it touches that low E, I'm just going to pull back. I don't have to get my thumb over the top. A lot of times I see students trying to do this. I say, you don't have to do that. Just come over the top. And as you touch that string, pull it back. You know how you're always playing a D and you just don't ever want to come up here and hit that low E because it sounds so terrible? If you add this F sharp in there, I guarantee on some of the songs that you're playing, it'll sound really cool going. Now, another way to play that F sharp, D over F sharp, would be I'm coming out of this G chord, right? I don't need the 4th finger though, because I'm just playing, I'm not playing that high E. Is I could move my first finger up to that F sharp. That's on the E string, E, F, F sharp, okay, G. So I'm on the F sharp, so I'm playing a D chord with an F sharp in the bass. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm playing this, and these 2 fingers are just gonna kind of pivot. One's going down, one's going up. This one's gonna go up to the 6th string, and the second one's gonna come over here, right on the G string. And now that's another way to play D over F sharp. Okay, you can have your choice there. You can go this D over F sharp, or you can come out of this and do this. I see guitar players playing it both ways. Whoops, I didn't get that 2nd finger seated. I'll put it on the wrong string. Okay, so I'm coming out of that. Then I go to the E minor. Now you don't have to have the 3rd finger in there, but I just left it on there because I think it sounds cool. You can take it off and go. And I'm doing my E minor like this. Some people do it in the middle too. It doesn't matter. I'm just right here, E minor, and I'm skipping the 5th. There's my low E. Now, I did a little hammer on, and that was my little riff. And I'm going to hammer, when I do this, when I get to the A, after I do my E minor, I'm just going to do half of the Travis for A. 1, 2, and then I'm doing this little James Taylor riff. It's like a hammer on the A. I'm going to hammer, then I'm going to come down with my thumb, catch the next string. Sorry. So you can do your thumb all the way if you want to, but I kind of like thumb, thumb, first finger. And that's a neat little riff or lesson in itself. I got to do only half of the A because when I'm going. Now I got to get right back to that D. And I'm going to do a D2. Now what I did that last time when I did a little hammer on the end of that. I went, and then I went with my 2nd finger. That time I did a hammer with my 2nd finger. That's another riff I was throwing in there. I'm doing an A, and then I'm going to go to this chord here. First finger's on the 3rd string, or 2nd string, 3rd fret. 2nd finger's on the 4th string, 4th fret, and I'm just playing those 2. I'm going, hitting those 2. Putting those 2 fingers, I'm just kind of going thumb and then pulling on these 2, the 2nd and 3rd string together, like. There's that little riff. So, you know, as you learn to do fingerstyle, you embellish things, you put hammer-ons, you try different things out. But this will get you started in playing some fingerstyle that will sound really good. Anyway, enjoy the fingerstyle and the Travis picking.